Welcome back, my correct, loving, and wonderful people. Not be smarting, no, not be smarting at all. The long issues that trended, a lot of things played out between Natasha Akpoti, senator representing Kogi Central, and the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio. They had an issue of which we all were aware, we are still aware. As it is, baby, finally, it is coming to an end because Natasha was asked or demanded to render an apology to Akpabio, who is the leader of Nigerian Senate, that is 10th Senate. And as at yesterday, Sunday, we saw an apology letter that came from Natasha to Senate President Godswill Akpabio to end the matter that was supposed to be investigated, was supposed to be scrutinized to see if it was true or not. But the way they have handled it, maybe they want to sweep it under the carpet, let it just end naturally like that. Personally, I support it that way. Let it just end. Let Natasha come back to the Senate. Especially, I love people who are working. Like Senator Natasha, she is actually working. We have received a lot of testimony from her constituents, what she has done for them, that this is the time they have realized that there is something in Senate. Otherwise, other people who have let them as senators always tell them there's nothing in the Senate. But this time around, they have failed, they have seen, they have participated to see clearly that Senate has something. So Senator should be able to bring something back home, just as Natasha is doing. As I said earlier, so many people have said good about her. And for a fact, somebody who is working, somebody who is remembering the constituent that she is representing, should be in the house to do the good things that she wants to do or she's doing. Well, before we go into the apology letter Natasha wrote to Akpabio, let us listen to some testimony about Senator Natasha Akpoti.
People of Kogi Central Senatorial District, as usual, Senator Barrister Natasha Akpoti is here to relieve us of our fasting season. We are here today to make sure that our constituents are relieved of the last set of Ramadan, the last 10 days. Senator Barrister Natasha has made a mark. She is our pride. Within this 1 year, she has performed tremendously beyond expectation. Amen. I want to assure you that we are not going to lack all the empowerment, all the lofty programs she has been doing.
My correct, loving, and wonderful people, the fact remains that when it comes to respect, when it comes to love, you can't buy them. You can only earn those things I've mentioned. Natasha have earned those things. Yes, because of who she is and because of what she is doing. Look at her homecoming.
It's by the grace of God.
My correct, loving, and wonderful people, I needed to take you through this track so that you see who Natasha is if you have not known. I know so many people have seen, they have known, and they have realized who she is. Well, finally, we move to the apology level. Natasha has actually written an apology. The apology is somehow, according to, or based on what I have read, it looks so funny, as if she was forced to make that apology. In fact, that is what it implies, that she was forced to make that an apology. It wasn't from her heart. It wasn't because she is guilty of the accusation she made. She is not. Look at the apology here. You can screenshot and read it. If you have not read somewhere before, you can see how it sounds so funny. She was still writing with authority, writing with dignity, letting Akpabio to know that even when she is apologizing, she has not done anything wrong to have apologized. She is only apologizing based on the right thing she did. She apologizing upon the right thing that she did. The one that funny me most, the last sentence, the last statement, that her election was won by an election, not by erection. Wow. That is to tell you clearly that some of those elections are won by something. Yes, it is either by your master planner, your godfatherism, or if you are a lady, you have to give out something in order to get that thing that you need. You give out what you have to get the power that you're looking at that particular time. That is what Natasha is referring to here. Within the apology, she is still standing on her ground. She's still exercising that, which shows clearly that she is not happy. This matter was not investigated and this matter was not properly handled. But however, this is the Nigeria that we are. Yes, you can never get justice from the authority. You can only get justice if you are in charge of, just as Akpabio is in charge of the Senate, Akpabio can get justice. But any other senator, you find it very difficult to get justice because they will oppress you, manipulate you, and in fact, they'll do everything to ensure that you are nowhere to be found. That is what we have seen here in the case of Akpabio and Natasha. Though some people are still speaking against Natasha, some are speaking against Akpabio. But the fact remains that we didn't see any investigation that was carried out. There was no investigation to bring this thing to at least let people understand whether Natasha lied or she said the truth. But whatsoever it is, my own interest is I want Natasha to go back to the Senate so that her people will continue to benefit what they have been benefiting when she was in the Senate. So this suspension is actually affecting the constituents. So if by doing this, she will go back to the Senate, please, sometimes we need to allow the sleeping dogs to lie. We need to allow certain things to go because we understood what our country is up to. We know what our country is up to, what they are capable of doing, especially our leaders, especially this APC that is in government. Their own ways of doing things are very different from other people's ways of doing things. My correct, loving, and wonderful people, what is your own opinion? Please tell us in the comment section. For now, I want to say thank you so much for watching. Remain ever blessed till we meet again. Same station. Bye.